Thanks for inviting me, Trevor. I think it all started at primary school when I played rugby, and my dad used to take all of us, like 20 kids in a bus, to Ellis Park. And we watched club rugby first. They used to have like 2 or 3 games, and then Transvaal played. And just the atmosphere at Ellis Park, the people, the rugby jerseys they used to wear, the stuff they used to sell at the main entrance, the program with all the rugby players, and I used to go and stick all those posters up in my bedroom. I still have some of them lying around somewhere, but to find those now. So that passion, you know, starting with school rugby and then high school, my dad was always there. He always took us every Saturday to Ellis Park, but not only that, also to club rugby. So I think that when I actually played for Diggers as well as a teenager, so it started there, and my dad was a big Lions fan as well. So that's when I got involved with sort of, you know, I'm going to die for Transvaal in those days. You know, you go there and you support your team. Doesn't matter if they're right at the bottom, you support them. So it started to become like a culture in our household. I suppose in sport you get those ups and downs where your team's right at the bottom and you need to support them through thick and thin. And they were out for a year or two, and you know, we couldn't go and watch them play. I think they played against clubs to get fit and keep it going. But also I think they loved the fans because we stood by them and we supported them through everything. And those 15 guys or 30 guys, they didn't leave the franchise. They stayed with the Lions, and look at them today. They believed in themselves, and I think through the fans that helped them, and that's why we did it. I can't really remember when they won. I mean, it's still a blur to me, but it was an amazing experience when they won, and then most of them became Springboks. I can't remember how many played in the World Cup final, but Kobus Wiese was there. It was an amazing vibe. Transvaal then was right at the top, and you know, they were an amazing team, and the coaching staff, everybody got involved. But just getting back to Kevin de Klerk, a lot of respect for the man, because he played at Diggers in the first team, and I was under 15 or under 12 or something, and he was this huge guy. And when the Lions were invited back into Super Rugby a couple of years ago, he was there, and we were in the presidential suite, and I met him again after all those years. Nothing changed. What a gentleman, and all the players, Faf, and I think the Cramer brothers were there, and they called him Oom. So it just shows you, it's that respect coming through. So yeah, some good memories. We had Gerald Bosch, he played fly-off brilliant. Sid Nomus, I mean, a lot of Jannie Breed, I think, Piet Greiling, there were some amazing, and the reason why I remember them today is because, as I said, I think in the newspapers on the weekend, I used to take the posters and stick them on my wall. And I had a couple of Bulls players there, like Frick de Pre, Moff Meiberg, Piston van Wyk, Jan Ellis. But at the end of the day, you know, we supported our local clubs and our provincial teams, but we were into South African rugby for the Springboks. It was amazing how, in those days, how proud we were to be Springbok supporters, although you still support your franchise. And I think we were always proud to see all the Transvaal players playing for the Springboks as well. You know, when you drive up from Joe Slovo or drive down Joe Slovo or the other entrance, you see that stadium. I'm getting goosebumps here. Here we go. Goosebumps. It does something to you. It's like you're so proud to walk into that stadium, and the vibe and the people. And you know, I love it when we play against Western Province or the Stormers or the Sharks and Natal in those days, because the fans, I love both fans from those franchises, because it doesn't matter who wins at the end of the day. We all hug each other, and it's a great party. I still remember a train used to stop outside, and from Springs and Benoni, the Far East, all the fans used to arrive by train, and you could get right out of the train and you walk straight into the stadium. And I'll never forget that as a kid. We arrived, and also some of those, the chairs that we had to sit on, it was like scaffolding, really. I remember we sat behind the poles, and we used to take our little cushions with us because it was wood. And I boude van jou word baie seer. I tell you, that's one thing I'll never forget. If you leave your cushion at home, you are going to feel that pain. And my dad always used to carry our cushions, and we used to sit there. And one of the pavilions, it was behind one of the rugby posts. And I remember when in winter it was so cold, when that air blows through that pavilion from the bottom, we felt it. So all those good memories. And another good memory, I played for Diggers there. I think it was under 15 or under 12 or under 10, I can't remember. And I ran out at Ellis Park as a youngster with no togs. We played with no shoes. And I've still got it on, I think it's 8mm tape somewhere in a box with me running out, and we were playing, I can't remember who we played against, but that rugby field was so big, you know, on TV it looks tiny, whatever, but when you run, I was tired by the time I got to the center of the field. But that's an amazing memory. It's like, and yeah, I played lock for Diggers, I think it was under 12. And it still flashes every day when I walk into Ellis Park. I can see me running out there and getting tackled from behind, and it was an amazing experience. At least I can say I played on that rugby field. Yeah, I also think it's very difficult sometimes for all the Lions to sign one rugby jersey. But what I admire about the Lions, when after a match, they will sit there until the last person leaves the stadium, all the young kids. To me, that's something amazing that the Lions do as well. They give something back to the community as well. They're always out there supporting charities and things, so that's a good thing. And I mean, all these names on here, it's just, to me, it's just a jersey, but it means a lot. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Champions 2011, you can see there on the back, and this I still wear with pride. And then this one as well, all the guys signed. This is the latest one. We got all the players to sign there. Is that Yankees? You should have been a doctor. So that, and yeah, the nice thing is as well that you feel so proud to wear the badge, and you go to Ellis Park, Emirates Stadium now, Airline Stadium, and you walk in with this, and it's an incredible vibe. It's like seeing the Springboks. You all wear your Springbok rugby jersey, and it unites people, all races. We all sit together, and sport can bring this country together, and that's why I just love going to watch live games, and then obviously hanging out in all the different suites. I like going gate crash different suites. I just walk in and I take over and chat to people, and I've met amazing people in suites, like that brilliant Springbok centre, Barney. I walked into a suite and there's Barney, and I took a photo, you know, the old selfie thing. In our days we had those Kodak cameras. I mean, you couldn't even, the players were out there, we couldn't take photos and stuff. But I remember taking a couple, and then you have to go wait a week before they get developed. Now with cell phones, the power of cell phones and selfies and stuff, it's so easy to get close to your players, and as a fan, which is quite nice. And the flags are out there, people are singing along. There's a lekker gees next to the stadium as well. You can braai there, they've got live entertainment. So I think that entertainment thing is very important as well, as a fan. Well, Trevor, I must say I'm a bit disappointed about the Lions this year. There's something not gelling. They're not playing as well as they were last year. I don't know, I think the other teams have now worked out with the Lions. So the Lions are struggling a bit to score goals, I'm thinking of football, score tries and points, but their defense the other day against the Storm is absolutely amazing. So I think they haven't peaked yet. They're waiting, they're holding back a little bit, but nobody remembers who came second, hey? But the Lions came second last year. So I think outsiders, you know, you're looking at those New Zealand teams. I think Crusaders will be in the final, either against the Chiefs or the Hurricanes. But outsiders, I think as a South African team, I think definitely the Lions are in there to play in the final. Go Lions! Go Lions! 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 Yeah! Lions! Yeah!